Hello and welcome to Pandemic Tech News. My name is Rich Tarani and I'm thrilled to have you here. Thank you so much. This is our first episode ever and we're really excited about it. And the reason we launched this video series and the site, pandemictechnews.com, is because we believe technology is going to help us get out of this pandemic. It is going to solve a lot of problems for society, as technology has always done from the start of time. We're really excited to have you here. We're excited to bring this program to you. Just imagine if this pandemic had taken place 25 years ago, before the internet had really taken off, before we had an Uber Eats, before we had the ability to do things like contactless delivery, where our driver can text us and let us know our pizza's at our front door. Think about if there was no Domino's or Pizza Hut app where you could order and just have things delivered. It would be much more complicated to get our food, to get things delivered to us, to get our supplies. Instacart, other services like that have been instrumental for many of us that are staying at home and self-isolating. And on top of that, as much unemployment as we have, and tens of millions of people in the U.S. are unemployed right now, it's terrible. Really, really terrible situation. Tens of millions more are able to work because of the teleworking tools that have been developed over the last 2+ decades. Products like Zoom that allow conferencing, live conferencing, Slack, 8x8's video that they recently launched, really high quality video conferencing, RingCentral's video, great video solution for collaboration. Blue Jeans has a great video solution to tell you how important collaboration is to the future. Verizon actually purchased Blue Jeans today. Blue Jeans was a major sponsor at our recent IT Expo Tech Super Show in Fort Lauderdale. Really exciting stuff that even with everything that's going on, there's mergers, acquisitions taking place because the technology business is helping us get through these problems. And likewise, from teleworking, we go to telemedicine. Telemedicine, thank God, is there for us. We have the bandwidth, we have the cameras, we have the platforms that are secure now that allow a doctor to talk to a patient without being in the same room with them, so they can both social distance, and at the same time they can one gets the treatment and one is able to give treatment. I know of many people in the medical space that actually have tested positive for COVID-19 and they're still working, but they're just working from home over telemedicine. So it's been a godsend to have technology. Our goal is to report on all the important things that are happening in the tech space that are going to ease the pandemic, solve the pandemic. Hopefully, God willing, we'll have a cure one day for the pandemic or a vaccine, medicines, all of that we will be reporting to you. So thanks for joining us. Here we go. So our first story is from Ford and the United Auto Workers out of Plymouth, Michigan. They want to get their workers back in the factories, but at the same time, they know how important social distancing is. So they're working on bracelets for their workers. They're going to make them, and the bracelets will alert you if you're within 6 feet of another worker. Great idea. Great job, Ford. Great job, UAW. That may be a model to getting more of us back to work. We've been hearing a lot about the potential for UV light to kill off COVID-19, and our own Tom Cross reached out to a company called Mobile Clean, and that's MOBILEKLEAN, asking them if their solution is able to kill COVID-19. They actually told us this statement. This is the statement they gave us back. They said the wavelength indicated is enough to kill E. coli bacteria. We cannot guarantee it to kill viruses, as no test has been done yet. So it's possible that UV lights at the right frequencies can kill COVID, but it's a little early. So we've got our fingers crossed, and we'll report to you if anything comes out of UV lights killing viruses such as COVID. Airlines have been deeply affected, tremendously affected by the shutdown of travel, by governors telling people they need to shelter in place, and the fear of people just spreading the virus on airplanes and in airports. And finally, there's been one airline that's come up with a solution, and that is Dubai Airlines. Dubai-based airline Emirates has they started a COVID-19 blood test that you can do right in the terminal. You can get, in a matter of minutes, you can get a response as to whether you have the antibodies. It tests for the proteins in the immune system. And if you have the antibodies, they'll know if you know, it's basically like you've tested positive for COVID. It's a good step in the right direction, but the US FDA says that in the early stages of an infection, the body's immune response may not have antibodies yet, so it may not be an effective test or 100% effective. And there have been studies that we've seen that show people who've had COVID-19 still do not develop any antibodies. So it's not a perfect test, but at least it's a step in the right direction. We came across a great infographic from multibriefs.com today. Basically, it talks about smart cities in pandemics, and it explains some of the things that smart cities should be doing or can be doing. And the list is disease tracking, autonomous delivery, geolocation, and drone surveillance. Drone surveillance has been used in Europe. And it's been used in a couple different applications. One is just to see who's out and about, if they should be out and about, and report back to authorities. But there has also been drone usage to announce to people that they shouldn't be out. So a couple of uses for drones to keep us safe and secure. Drones obviously can also be used for deliveries, but that wouldn't be a smart city app. That's more of kind of an e-commerce situation. Interesting news out of Google today. If you've been following what's happening with Google and Apple, they actually are collaborating on technology that would allow you to do contact tracing. And basically that means that they use Bluetooth beacon technology within the device to see who you've been near. And theoretically, it's all anonymized. And if someone later tests positive for COVID, you'll be notified that you were with them, or you were with them long enough to potentially get it, or you were close enough to them. And then at that point, you might be asked to self-quarantine to keep other people safe. So it's great to see that the big tech companies are really stepping up to help. But Google CEO Sundar Pichai said today that tech companies shouldn't get carried away with fighting the pandemic, and they should let governments lead the way, and health officials as well. So that was kind of his 2 cents on where things are going and what tech companies should be doing. But having said that, he also mentioned that Google's working with T-Mobile to deliver Wi-Fi hotspots and Chromebooks to the underserved. So that's the end of episode 1. Really appreciate you being here. We want to hear back from you. We're setting up social sites right now. We'll have those at the end. You can take a look at the last screen. Will tell you how to get in touch with us or get in touch with me. We really want to know what your thoughts are, not only on some of this tech, because you know, on the one hand, we want to get out of our houses and get back to our lives, but on the other hand, we also want to be concerned about our security, our privacy, who's going to have access to what information, our location tracking, things like that. So we really want to hear from the community. You know, shout out to us. I'm at rtarani on Twitter. Tarani.com is my blog. I mean, lots of ways to find Rich Tarani if you just do a quick Google search. And the pandemic tech news site will be up soon. You can go there to find more contact info. And like I said, we'll have a slide with some more contact information. So thanks for watching. My name is Rich Tarani. Have a wonderful day. Social distance and stay safe.